Something fundamental just shifted in Washington's approach to AI. And it's not what you'd expect. During the Senate Commerce Committee hearing in January 2025, tech leaders including Sam Altman and Microsoft's Brad Smith sat before Congress with a completely different message than we heard in 2023. Instead of safety fences around AI, they demanded fast-track data centers and training thousands of electricians, an ask that changed the whole conversation. Their urgent infrastructure push reveals a strategic pivot that could decide whether America wins or loses the global AI race. Here's what really happened behind those closed doors and why the same faces delivered such a radically different message: the Great Washington Flip. In May 2023, Sam Altman sat before Congress, calling for government licensing of AI companies and warning about existential risks. By January 2025, he warned that such licenses would be disastrous for America's competitiveness. In just 20 months, national security fears over Chinese AI progress flipped U.S. policy from regulation to acceleration. The shift wasn't gradual. It was jarring. In 2023, congressional hearings focused on AI safety, with lawmakers asking about preventing harmful outputs and controlling AI development. Tech leaders played along, suggesting oversight frameworks and regulatory cooperation. But by 2025, those same executives were urgently pushing a completely different agenda: infrastructure acceleration, faster permitting, and removing barriers to AI development. Behind this reversal was China's rapid AI advancement throughout 2020. Jensen Huang captured the new reality perfectly when he told Congress that the world of AI fundamentally changed this year due to Chinese technology catching up quickly. Chinese companies weren't just catching up, they were innovating at a pace that shocked observers. Their AI models began matching or exceeding American capabilities in specific domains. More concerning, China's state-directed approach allowed them to deploy AI infrastructure at unprecedented speed, while American companies struggled with permitting delays and regulatory uncertainty. When the CEO of the world's most valuable AI company starts talking about existential competition, policymakers listen. His message was clear: America's regulatory approach was becoming a strategic vulnerability. The geopolitical chess game became impossible to ignore. While American companies navigated complex approval processes for data centers and power infrastructure, Chinese firms were building AI capabilities with full state support. Tech leaders found themselves in an unexpected position. Instead of defending against regulation, they were actively pushing for deregulation and acceleration. The conversation shifted from "how do we make AI safe" to "how do we make sure America doesn't lose the AI race?" Safety concerns didn't disappear, but they were now framed within the context of maintaining American technological leadership. The key moment came when Washington realized that excessive caution might hand China a decisive advantage. Policymakers began to understand that falling behind in AI development could mean losing influence in every sector where AI matters. The choice became clear: accelerate or risk becoming a secondary AI power. But acceleration meant confronting America's infrastructure reality in ways no one expected. The infrastructure urgency. When Microsoft's president starts talking about electrician training programs in congressional testimony, you know the infrastructure crisis has reached a breaking point. Brad Smith's call for faster permitting and more electricians wasn't just corporate wishful thinking, it was a national security alarm bell. These tech leaders weren't making vague requests for government support. They were getting incredibly specific about what America needs to build right now. Sam Altman's vision of abundant intelligence and abundant energy sounds inspiring, but what does it actually require? Picture massive data centers consuming the power of tens of thousands of homes, each one needing thousands of skilled electricians to build and maintain. These aren't small facilities. We're talking about buildings that can draw enormous amounts of electricity. And America needs dozens of them, built fast, to keep pace with AI development demands. The bottlenecks choking American AI development are surprisingly mundane. Permitting delays that stretch for years when companies need approval in months. Power shortages in regions where tech companies want to build. A skilled labor gap that means there simply aren't enough electricians to wire the infrastructure we need. These aren't sexy problems, but they're the ones that could determine who wins the AI race. With China free from red tape, U.S. firms face months-long delays just to break ground on new centers. Smith's focus on electrician training programs reveals just how deep the infrastructure challenge goes. We're not just talking about building more power plants. We need an entire workforce capable of constructing and maintaining the electrical systems that power AI development. Without that workforce, even the best-funded AI projects will hit a wall. Here's why this matters so much. Every advanced AI model requires enormous computational power, and that power has to come from somewhere. America's electrical infrastructure was built for a different era, one where the biggest power users were steel mills and aluminum plants, not AI training centers. The grid needs massive upgrades to handle the surge in demand, and those upgrades require skilled workers who can install high-voltage systems safely and efficiently. As Altman put it, infrastructure is destiny, and we need a lot more of it. In the context of global AI competition, this isn't just about having enough power outlets. It's about whether America can build the physical foundation that advanced AI requires. But